welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be covering why hamster balls are not safe and should not be used for really any small animal. And I'll also be showing you guys how to properly set up a playpen for playpen bonding with your hamster, which is the best alternative to hamster balls because they should not be used in any sort of way. And I'll explain exactly why it's so unsafe for your beloved hamster. So let's get right into today's video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and let's go. You're probably asking yourself, why do I even have a hamster ball if I'm so against going out and getting them? And that is because I have it from my very first hamster when I was around 8 or 9, and most of the research done was by my parents, and I really just discourage people younger than 10 to get hamsters because from my own experience, I wasn't really caring for my own hamsters back then, and their care wasn't nearly as good as it is now. And I only put my hamster in this ball like once or twice, and after that I really quickly changed it to bathtub bonding or bathtub like playpen bonding using a bathtub I already had in my bath. I'm very happy that I didn't use this more than once, and that is why I have this hamster ball with me today, because I kept it for educational purposes. Also, this is a plastic ball, which means when you throw it away it adds to landfills that won't really decompose over many years. So that is why I haven't thrown this away, even though I don't put any living animal in it. I don't want to add to the collection of plastic on our earth and landfills, so I'm just going to keep using it to educate others on why these are not safe, and you should not ever use this with any small animal, and especially not hamsters. So let's get into the exact reasoning why these aren't safe. So it's really important that you guys see this hamster ball as an unethical practice that should no longer be supported, and if you're using this because it's funny, cute, entertaining, or you're just too lazy to put them in a bathtub or playpen and monitor them, then you should not have a living animal because they are not for your entertainment. They are living animals and individuals that should not be harmed for your entertainment, and you are not a responsible pet owner if you do this at a mature level where you know there are safer, easier, free options that will keep your hamster safe, and you do not love your hamster if you put them in one of these with all the resources that we have nowadays online. So the first thing is the fact that hamsters rely on their whiskers and their scents and their feelings of their paws on the ground and surface and area that they are on, and when they're put in a ball that is not the ground that they are currently on, and they also a lot of times are colored hamster balls with their poor eyesight, which ruins any chance of even being able to see where they're going, and even in these clear ones it's still detrimental to their eyesight that is already so poor, because when they pee in it and it goes around, it makes it less and less clear. And with that being said, without being able to actually use their whiskers and paws on the surface they're on, it is very disorientating and stressful to the hamster and very unnatural, because it's very natural for them to be able to use their whiskers and other senses besides sight to know where they are. And with hamster balls, this completely ruins their natural ability, which is making this hamster ball very unnatural and not a suitable environment for any living animal, but especially not hamsters. The next big reason why these are not safe is also because of the ventilation slats. They're all different sizes, but they're all very small, but they're just big enough for a lot of hamsters to get their feet and limbs stuck in the slats and either broken or ripped off their body when they're running in this ball at a fast pace and they slip and their paw goes through. This is very dangerous, very hazardous, and horrible. But not only that, with these ventilation slits, they provide little to no ventilation to a respiratory prone animal. When they start running in it and exercising in it, it's a small confined area with low ventilation, and then they start peeing and pooing in it, meaning they're running in their own ammonia with low ventilation. This can easily cause respiratory infections and illnesses due to the lack of ventilation, and they're just living in their own filth in a little prison, and a lot of times they don't have a choice when they get in the ball, because you put them in the ball and you lock the door, and then they have to keep running or walking in it because it's a sphere, it keeps rolling, so they have to keep running with it. So they build up momentum, and then they can hit into things because they don't know where the hell they are, and then they can hit into hard objects and go flying, which is really harmful to a very fragile small animal. And a lot of kids think this is funny. I have seen videos on like TikTok and other like viral social media apps where it shows people kicking their hamsters in hamster balls or taking their hamster to school in a hamster ball like they aren't highly prone to stress, and like the fact that this ball is the largest hamster ball on the market, except for I think there's one more size up, but even little hamster balls, people put Syrian hamsters in, which Syrian hamsters are the largest domesticated species of hamster. They put them in there, but really any hamster ball that's up to this size is too small for any hamster to run in because it'll curve their back just like a wheel that is too small for a hamster, which, to put it in perspective for anyone confused or not understanding why this is such a big deal, it would be like having someone forcing you to constantly be bent over in bad posture, but you have no choice or option to correct that posture, or you don't get to exercise, like for wheels anyways. But for this, they're just forced in it, and then they can't get out of that posture, which causes major pain and major spine-related health issues down the road, and just the overall suffering of your animal. And I know I already probably mentioned this, but the biggest moral debate is the fact that they have zero choice whether they want to be in the ball or not be in the ball. Even if your hamster enjoys getting in the ball and stuff, there's still those major health concerns and things that will jeopardize your hamster's well-being and lifespan. So it's really bad if the hamster doesn't want to go in the ball and they're put in the ball, which is very common because not a lot of hamsters want to go in a clear ball where they can't stop running and they have to run in their own feces and they don't get a break unless they hit into a wall and it stills them for a second. But either way, it's very unmoral to put your hamster in one of these balls, and a lot of reasons for putting your hamster in this hamster ball, at least in the past and even in the current day, is people just don't feel like having to monitor their animal or something like that because they think that they can put their hamster in a hamster ball and let them run around in it. And it's like a safe environment where they don't have to monitor their hamster. However, that is the opposite. As you can tell by this video, there are so many concerns about jeopardizing your hamster's well-being when put in a hamster ball. So just to have people put their hamster in a hamster ball and leave that hamster to run around, possibly get a leg torn off, just get really stressed out, hit into things running really fast, could be kicked by a kid if you have a kid with a hamster, which isn't recommended. All things like that considered, there are just so many better options to put your hamster into a playpen to get better enrichment than this. And that is what I'm going to show you now. And now that you've seen this horrible thing, on to the next topic of today's video. One other thing I forgot to add or mention to today's video is also that hamster balls should not be used in any way, including if you take your hamster ball, take the lid off of it, and then put it in your hamster's cage as a hide. This is equally unsafe as putting your hamster in the hamster ball with the lid on and letting them roll around, because when they go in the hamster ball, even as a hide, their toes can still easily get stuck in the ventilation slats, and then they can also just have a lack of ventilation in here, and it's just don't use them, please, I beg of you. I wouldn't even donate them. I'd keep them so someone else doesn't mistakenly use it for their hamster, and I would utilize it to explain why it's not safe. And yeah, I don't know what else you can do with your hamster ball. I will be making a video on what you can do with critter trails that you already have so that you can utilize them and not throw them away, since they're also plastic and adds to landfills, but I'm going to make that video either next week or in the future. So yeah. Which is, sorry, you just saw the hamster ball, let me put it down, which is how to safely set up a playpen for your hamster. There are two options when it comes to playpens with hamsters. The first one being bathtub bonding, when utilizing your bathtub in a dry state for a playpen environment. That is no cost to you, and most people will have a bathtub that should work for this method of playpen bonding or having playpen time, which playpen time for hamsters is really beneficial even if it's only for 5 minutes. It kind of depends on your hamster's personality. Some hamsters will get stressed out after 5 to 10 minutes in a playpen. Others can go up to 15 to 30 minutes and they'll enjoy it. But it really depends on how well you set up the playpen and then the personality, obviously, of your hamster. So even if it's only 5 to 10 minutes before they get stressed out and start trying to find a way out, it is still enriching because you can give them treats, get them used to, practice handling if it's a newer hamster, and things like that. So it's really important to know how to set this up so that it's a positive experience for both you and your hamster. And this is just a much better way. There is no way to have your hamster outside of their cage and not be monitoring them. You should always monitor them if you care about their well-being and safety, because they are these little animals that are like little babies. Like, they're very innocent, and in a sense, you just need to monitor them if you care that they won't escape or get hurt. So even in playpen bonding in the bathtub, or the other option which I'll mention, you need to monitor them. The other option other than using a bathtub, if you do feel like you want to go out and purchase a playpen, you can also do this. There are lots of playpens on the market all over Amazon, and there are some at PetSmart and pet stores like that. My playpen that I use for multiple animals every single day is a pop-up playpen located on Amazon for around $15, I believe, which is very cheap because this thing can pop open into a very big playpen compared to a bathtub, and you can sit in it with them and have more room than a bathtub, but you should still sit in the bathtub with your hamster usually. And this pop-up playpen is also made out of nylon. It is very durable. You can wipe it down in between animals or hamsters. You can put a blanket down and pick that up after so they don't chew on the nylon. They shouldn't be able to climb out of the nylon. And it is just a really nice thing that will be easy to tuck away into your room when you're not using it. So I really recommend, if you don't mind paying a little bit of money, to get a pop-up playpen in the future for your hamster. But if you can't currently, a bathtub is perfectly suitable. I don't use a bathtub currently for my hamster Moose. I did use it in the past, and I still remember how nice it was to have that without having to buy anything when I wasn't able to buy a playpen for my hamster. It was amazing. But since I do playpen bonding in my pop-up playpen every night for my gecko and twice a week for my hamster, I want to go ahead and show you guys how I set it up for my hamster because it's very fun, and I have a few different things that I do for his playpen, and he really enjoys it. So I'm also going to be getting him out in the playpen later so you guys can see how that goes with my hamster Moose. So let's get right into it. Okay, sorry, real quick interruption. I would like to quickly show you a few things I recently got for Moose, a little unboxing haul. I feel like every video I've made in the past few weeks has been having little mini unboxing and hauls. I don't know what's going on with that, but I do have a few interesting things I'd like to show you guys that I just got from Moose, so we'll add that in right now for a little relaxing moment in the video for you to catch your breath as you're learning. Okay, so finally I ordered some Night Angel stilts for my hamster Moose's Night Angel chamber hide because even though it never sinks or anything like that, I've been nervous about it sinking, but he usually sleeps on top of the surface, and then anyways, it's fine. It doesn't tilt or sink that much, but I did need these because it was tilting a few months ago on one side, so his water dish was not even, and it was bothering me. So I got some Night Angel stilts off of Amazon. I got the 5-piece set, and I love Night Angel, and these are so nice. They finally came. It took kind of a while. I don't know why it took so long, but these are what they look like. There's 5 of them. They're really big, thickness wise, and then they're a decent height, and on one side it has this, which is where it goes into the chamber hide or hideout, and then it also says Night Angel on them, which is really cute, and I love Night Angel's logo. They put it on all their products, and I have quite a few of their products now. This isn't sponsored, but I did need these, so I'm really happy that I got them. But yeah, there's 5 of them in here, as you can see. I hope I didn't show you guys my address. I don't know if it's on here. I don't think it's on here, but yeah, I got these, so I'll be putting these with his chamber hide when I clean his cage in a month or so, because I just recently cleaned his cage, if you didn't already know. So I'll be utilizing these next time I uproot his chamber hide to clean his cage out, which I do monthly. And then I did get a few other things at this one pet store that I've been wanting to get for a while, and I finally got, so I'm really thankful for this. Thank you to my mom. But this is the Vegetable KT salad bowl. I also mentioned this on a Pet Pantry live I was on recently, if Natalie's watching this or anyone that was on that live was watching this. This is the lettuce bowl I was talking about. It's not really a lettuce bowl, it's more like a leafy bowl, but it's something I wanted to get so bad for so long. I kept passing it up because I was like, you have enough bowls, which I do. I have a little bit of a bowl problem. But this is a bigger bowl than a bowl I'd use for his food dish or anything. I got this so that I can use it as a cute sand bath in his cage sometime, or a digging bowl with eco-earth in it, because it's super earthy and cute, and I just love it. And I love all the KT bowls. They're all so cute. I already have a little radish KT bowl too that I use occasionally for Moose's veggies and fruit. If you guys remember from a while ago, I don't even know if I have a video with it in there because it was when I first got him I had that. And then the other thing I picked up for the first time, I got this, which is KT Food from the Wild, Nature's Foraging Blend, and this is the natural snack one. And I've had Food from the Wild before, forage blends, where it was just leaves and petals of flowers and carrots and stuff, but this is more of a snack treat food one, where it actually has rolled oats and peanuts and seeds in it, along with some herbs and carrots. So I'm really excited to give a little bit of this to Moose sometimes because I think he'll really enjoy it. And I forgot that they could eat rolled oats and things like that. It's rolled oats and puffed barley. It's not rolled oats, I'm sorry. I keep saying rolled oats this entire time. It's puffed barley and puffed wheat, and I forgot they could have that, but that is a good treat. And I'll really quickly read you the ingredients in case you're curious. It has dehydrated carrot, pumpkin seed, peanuts, dried rose petal, sunflower seed, puffed barley, and puffed wheat. And it just adds hamster balls in a nice 1 teaspoon. And I'm just going to give him like a little pinch once in a while because he has lots of treats and lots of food, and he doesn't need this too much, but it does have some peanuts in there too, which he loves peanuts, but he mainly loves like the shelled ones that he has to work for, like a boredom breaker, which I recommend. But I'm really excited about this, and they always have such cute packaging. Like, look how cute that little hamster is. It's so pretty. I love it. Anyway, so I got this as well. And with that, let's get on to showing how to set up a playpen. So this is where I keep my hamster's playpen. It's right next to his cage. This is his cage in case you're new. But as you can see, this entire playpen, you'll see how big it is. It literally all folds up and can be easily tucked away, so you hardly even can tell it's in my room, which is perfect because I don't always have it out, and that way it's just more clean and orderly and stuff. Okay, so as you can see, it pops open pretty easily. After I have it set up, the playpen itself, the next thing I like to do is I like to take a nice little blankie, and I have a lot of blankets that I use that I just share with my animals for playpen bonding because I just wash them after. But I really just use one blanket for this playpen because my carpet's right under it and it's pretty like comfy and safe already. But it's nice to use blankets with your playpen just so you can take up the blanket and put it in the wash if they poo or pee on it, and then also so that in between hamsters or animals you don't have to wipe down the whole playpen, and then also so that your hamster doesn't chew on like the nylon base of the playpen, and just to keep it nicer. So I definitely recommend adding a blanket in. Next I add in a sand bath for Moose because he loves his playpen sand bath. It's this sand bath that I currently use in his playpen, like every time I get him out, and I keep it like under my bed just for playpen time, is actually from like the dollar store for $5. It's like a plastic dog food bowl, and it doesn't really fit my aesthetic for in his cage, and I have a lot of bowls for sand baths that are nicer and not plastic. So I just like to use this because it's like a little kid's play sand area for his playpen. Next we pick some hides and tunnels for him to use. This is like my area where I keep all his stuff. So I'm just going to pick some nice ones. I usually pick plastic ones that I don't use in his cage that much so that he gets to use them somehow. Okay, so now I finished setting it up. One thing I want to add is I do usually like to grab my kitchen scale. This is my said kitchen scale. I use it with all my animals, but I clean it in between. And I like to have a kitchen scale in my room or wherever I'm keeping my animals, just because I do usually weigh my hamster at least once a week. When I get Moose out for playpen bonding, I like to get the scale out and weigh him then a lot of times because he's already out. And I used to weigh him in like a mug, which works really nicely. But he's getting really good at just sitting still for a few seconds so I can get how many grams he weighs on top of this. So I just do that and then I wipe it down after. So I'm going to put this in the playpen as well. I also like to usually have chew toys in his playpen as well because he likes to nibble on them and stuff. But I'm not going to do that today because all my chew toys are put away and he has some wood items he can chew as well. And I gave him a good amount of stuff to do in here as well. But the last thing I like to have with me while I'm sitting in here, I'll be sitting over in this area, so that's why it's empty over there. But I like to have a pair of dedicated scissors to grooming him because he's a long-haired male Syrian hamster. So he has a long skirt of fur that can get matted with bedding sometimes from time to time. So I have these nice pair of like Fisker, like I think it's like sewing scissors, but they work really good to just gently off any mats that he has, and I only do that if I can't brush them out with a soft bristled like toddler toothbrush, but I do like to also have a toddler toothbrush or a comb with me in the playpen. I don't know, it's not the two things I'll have on me along with the scale just for like a health check basically, which I do when he's out here in a contained environment. So yeah, and it's later and I got some treats for him too. I hope you can see us both, but here he is. We're going to see if he wants a peanut because I haven't given him a peanut in a little bit. Yes! Here's like half of a peanut. It looks crazy. pouch the peanut. I'm gonna give him another one. He's such a good boy. Look here, another one. He pouched both peanuts, even though one was like half of a peanut. And we're gonna get his weight real quick. Yes, baby. He's 209 grams, guys. I don't know if you can see him, but he's on his scale being a good boy. Okay, I'll take this. Good boy. So, yeah. I want to make sure you guys can see him. So yeah, he's just exploring his his playpen. But as you can see, he has lots of different things to climb on other than me and like a few things, which is really important because they are prey animals, so they're going to be scared if they're put in a really bare environment or pen. So but anyways, guys, this concludes today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing Moose and Joy's playpen time, and I hope it helped you guys to figure out how to set up your playpen for your hamster. I can't wait to make videos on how to bond and tame with your hamster, but I hope it helps explain any confusion you had on why hamster balls aren't safe as well, and I hope it keeps you guys away from ever getting a hamster ball and wasting your money on it. Like, don't do that. Don't be that consumer. I speak from experience. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. I know this video will be up on Sunday, which is a day before the giveaway that I'm having currently is closing. However, thank you to everybody, because today is a few days before that. Thank you to everybody who has already entered really quickly. You guys are really, really kind, and it's happened so quick. As soon as I made the post on my community tab, everyone was commenting to be entered. So I'm super excited to spin for 2 winners for my snuggle sacks that I'm making. I'm spinning privately, like I'm not doing a live like other creators do, lives to spin for their winners. And I'm just doing it privately because I don't feel comfortable doing a live just yet. I'll definitely be doing lives in the future and stuff, but just know I will be picking fairly, just a random spinner online, and putting your names into the spinner, and then spinning for 2 winners, and I'm letting it be very randomized. So the 2 winners are random winners, so good luck to you all. But like, I hope who wins enjoys my snuggle sacks. I'll be shipping them out as soon as possible once I have winners' replies and their addresses and everything. I'm super excited to be doing a giveaway with all you guys. I love you all so much. Make sure you like, comment down below, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.